We are recording.
Okay.
We are recording.
We do some theme music, but
That's a budget
that's
item.
editing.
That's budget.
So, hello everyone. Welcome. We are here. My name is Cynthia.
I'm Jye.
Okay, we're gonna use that name. Okay.
Yes.
And this is the Sisters Friends. What is it called?
You created it.
Friends. It's been a long day. So, Friends to Sisters
I
podcast.
thought it was friends to sisterhood.
Sure.
Sisterhood to friends
Friendship to sisterhood. We changed it about 10 times. It don't matter. It all means the same thing. So friendship to sisterhood. That's what we sticking with? Okay.
Friendship to sisterhood.
Okay.
We need to
And
keep this. This is real life. Figuring it
how
out.
did we get here? What is gonna be the point of the podcast? What's gonna be the purpose? Why did we decide to say yes after how many times you talked about a podcast?
1992 to 2025.
Oh,
Cause we
you
both trying to stop working and
okay.
we want to travel and we want to work on our own time and we want to give back to our. I don't know if I should say that because somebody may hold it.
Too late.
We want to give back. We want to help, and we just want to be. We want to be the first ones in our family to create financial independence and financial freedom.
Amen. And let's talk about the purpose of how we're going to go forward in these episodes, in these segments as we start to create them. Probably not this one will have segments because this is the beginning, right?
It depends on where we go.
Okay.
We flowing, baby, like a yacht on a river.
Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Whatever. So the beginning,
the beginning, how we met,
the friendship part, and then we'll move on to the sisterhood.
and then we'll go in through uh different uh different videos and talk about life and things that has happened in and out our friendship and just life because it's been a lot of life. Lord Jesus, has been a lot of life.
And we are now 40.
Mm-hmm.
And we have known each other since we calculated the other day, 9 years old.
I think so. 1999 to 93.
Sure.
92, 93. We'll find a picture of the class and insert it and blur everybody else out.
So we met in Texas. Do you want to say what city?
No, we met it, and the school don't even exist anymore.
Right, so it doesn't
But
matter if you
then
say
there's
that.
some people that know, but whoever.
We can say that, yeah.
We met at Hidden Valley Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
A very diverse school at the time. Very diverse. Uh we met in the third grade in Miss Woodell's class.
Oh, we're gonna say her name. Okay.
I wonder if she's still alive.
I was looking for her, so hopefully. That'd be great if we could find her. Oh my gosh. And
She was such a dope teacher. She was an actual teacher too, and she
yeah.
cared. She cared.
She foot races and
What's a foot race?
races outside in the yard, like recess. She would run with us.
I don't remember that.
She did. Oh my. Yes, she would run with us and she was like
I do not.
I feel like
recess.
she's the teachers now that like our friends are teachers, like our ages. Like she was real close in kind of age, I think, too. Closer than we thought. But we did we were in shape then. We could run fast.
I remember more PE than recess. I don't remember recess.
Recess, Foursquare. How you don't remember recess?
That was at PE.
That was still, I think, recess too. Because we still did tetherball at recess too.
We didn't know what we was doing with that ball on it.
It don't matter. We did it. We did tetherball. They don't know nothing about that today.
They don't.
What else? Besides tetherball and Foursquare, we learned Foursquare in PE, yes.
And then
but we still
playing it once we got access to a ball, a red ball. Remember them hard?
Yes.
Them,
that you played dodgeball with as well. That we did.
We didn't play dodgeball.
We did, unless that was fourth grade. Maybe I'm mixing up
Nah,
third and
cause
fourth grade.
that dodgeball is
That
uh,
was PE for us.
that was assassination almost. Oops, I'm sorry. Um, I don't remember playing dodgeball.
I
Oh, I
do.
take that back. We played. It was like a version of dodgeball, but it was with the softer ball because that red ball was hard.
Or maybe that's kickball I'm thinking about, where you have to kick and run the bases. That's kickball.
We didn't play that in third grade.
Okay, well, I played that somewhere. Maybe fourth grade or fifth
We
grade.
going back to the
But
fuck.
but kickball, we did play kickball too. But it was just, she was an active teacher. She was physical with us. We had a class that
It was very diverse.
very diverse. There was nothing new to us to meet different nationalities and races. We grew up
We
with
didn't
that, so
even,
we
yeah,
didn't know it
we
was
didn't
different.
know. Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah.
And we also didn't know nothing about name brands, Jordans,
Oh.
Nikes.
Not from
Not
single parent homes.
hello.
Absolutely not. We knew
So
we had
didn't.
clothes, we had food to eat,
Yeah,
and we were
we were
just
happy.
fine and had no idea that. I don't really think I knew I mean, TV commercials, yes, they exist.
I don't think I knew
But
it. I knew who Michael Jordan was, but to say I knew he had a shoe that was
mm,
like popular, I didn't know that.
not until middle school for me, I guess.
I didn't know that. We I think how we became friends. Now you tell me if I'm wrong, but this is what I remember. I used to help me with my times tables.
Wow. You remember that? Because I don't, but
Are
okay.
you serious?
Sure.
We third grade is where we learned
Sure.
multiplication, and
Okay,
I
yeah.
could not get that stuff for the life of me.
Tell me if I remember today. But yeah.
Oh,
Um,
I know my times tables. I know my times tables. But I remember we were taking a test, or we were doing so. There was like a game she played with the
she did a lot of,
multiplication,
yeah.
and I would act like if I didn't get. She taught it to us as ones, then twos, then threes. Once I got past them fives, it was hard. And I remember asking you or tapping you, what's 6 times 7? And you would whisper it back to me like you were hell. You don't remember
Mm-mm. But
that?
okay, I believe you.
I
I
remember
don't remember
that.
because we didn't move classes, so we stayed in one
No,
class all
except for
day,
PE.
except for PE lunch, and that was
That's
it.
it. That was it. That was it.
And she taught all subjects, really,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, she taught all
I
subjects.
want to say at some point they tried to do us to have us switch classes with the third grade teacher next door, but I don't remember why. I do remember
Mm,
switching because I remember when
mm,
I went to that class, I was like, I don't like this class. I want to go back to my real class. But I don't
But
remember
there was like no
why.
homeroom like it was in middle school. Like there was
No,
no
it wasn't a
homeroom. There was no you
home.
switch classes and then
Mm-mm.
come back. I don't know. I just remember. I don't remember a lot about the curriculum. I don't know,
I just remember the
but
multiplication
yeah, we were just
and spelling five
yeah.
times each and write a sentence for each word.
Was she the class I could be getting because we went to the same school, third grade, fourth grade, so I could be getting third grade mixed up when she baked. We had like baked pumpkin. Is that in her class?
I want to say I remember something
Something
about
they
a
went to the
baked
cafeteria and we
pumpkin.
had something for holidays and they would bake. I don't know if it was bread. It was baked pumpkin
I remember some baked
because I feel like
pumpkin.
that's the first time or the only time
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we ain't gonna eat that at
yeah.
home.
No,
But
not at all.
and she was of the Caucasian,
Yeah,
persuasion,
she
but
was white.
she was. I try to be
She
politically
was
correct,
sweet
but
though.
she
She
was.
was
Yeah, you
real
love her.
sweet.
Everybody loves her. So,
She was real sweet, and there was no
and I feel
reason
like
for
she was
you.
young. Like she was really. I feel
She
like looking
probably
at the picture,
was
she was in her
like,
early 20s, probably
think she was that young.
in her 20s. Yeah, cause like what when
So if she
you
was in her 20s in the 90s, and we in our oh god, she would be what in her.
she was really just like probably 15 years older than us.
You think she was that young?
I don't think she was that old. Like I don't
So
think she
if
was in her
she,
30s.
unless she is, hopefully, everybody had their time with the Lord.
Yeah.
But if you think she was only 15, let's do round about 20 years older than us. We 40. She
Maybe
should be
15 to
about
20.
60 then.
Yeah, she probably our parents' age.
So my mama is older than 60.
No, but I mean, like, she's not.
My mama was in her 20s when I was in third grade.
My mama was. Mama was 23 when I was born. Well, no, not early 30s.
So
20.
by that point, if
Look, take the
she's
math.
had great health, nothing tragic has happened, she should be
Yeah, well,
okay.
we
Give or
might
take
find
our
her.
parents'
Hopefully, we can
age.
find her like on LinkedIn or something. I don't know, but
What if she sees this podcast and she's like, I remember those girls. Oh my God.
that'd
That
be
would be
cute.
dope. That'd
That'd
be
be
dope.
so cute. But yeah,
Yeah.
third grade. I don't. We had friends. I think I had. I don't definition of
I
friends
don't know
in
why I
in
just thought
third
about somebody.
grade. I know. That's something I'm trying to go around that corner and not back around. Without saying no names. We had a good group of people that we hung out with. I
I
don't know if we
don't
say hung
remember
out.
hanging out with.
PE recess. Okay, recess. Everybody goes do their own
Oh, you
thing.
talking about them friends you do.
I had people we met. You were just jealous, but
I was, oh my God, I was
you were
not
jealous.
jealous.
You were jealous.
They had
But
attitudes with me.
why?
I
In
don't
the third grade,
know.
would
I
we?
don't know. I don't know what's going on in their house. I don't know. We can't talk about third grade and don't talk about the choir in music class.
Yeah. We
Oh
still talk about
my.
Miss Woodell. I thought we were still on
Okay.
homeroom.
Okay.
Cause that's why we switched classes then.
Well, yeah, that
That
was
would be
another class we
another
switched
reason why we
to.
wouldn't
Yeah.
stay with our same
Mm-hmm.
in our classroom would be choir. Music class
Music class,
turned into
choir. Oh, I forgot about her. I wasn't even thinking about her. I was thinking about the other girl. When you said don't mention, and when we
yes.
started talking about music class, I thought about
Leave it
I
alone.
can't watch The Simpsons because my I forgot about her. Stole my solo.
Oh my gosh.
We gotta
And
tell this story.
no. With
Yes.
no name, sure.
Man, look.
You can't put
No,
people out
I'm
there.
not. No, we're not gonna do that.
Because they probably will be
Duh.
they will see this before probably anybody. The people that you don't think will see stuff are the ones who see everything.
And
So what was her name? I don't remember the music teacher's name. That's sad.
Miss Woods.
Oh, well, yeah. Woods and
I think,
Woodell. I think Miss
yeah, Miss
Woods.
Woods.
Yeah.
Nah, she was older.
She was
She was
way
probably in her
older. She was
50s.
older than Miss Woodell.
Yeah,
So
she was older.
she probably like
She was
in her
still
80s right
cool.
now. Maybe.
Yeah.
If she's still with us. But choir was fun.
Choir was off
And
the
they
chain.
taught us our 50 states
Ah,
in music. And it was I still know it to this day.
I do too,
Because
and I
education
sing
works.
it. I sing it to annoy my mommy. Oh, my mama hated that song. Didn't somebody sing that on a cruise? Like when
Somebody sang it somewhere. I don't know. We did hear it somewhere. I
and
can't
I was like,
remember.
oh my God, they will not.
I mean, you can't think that we were only children in the world they taught the song to.
It ain't many of them.
Because she taught a lot of children
Mm-hmm.
beyond us, before us, and all that. So,
Y'all, the Christmas time play. Oh,
Christmas time play. I'm
not
thinking.
plays, but songs.
Oh yeah,
Rudolph, the way we would roll that. Oh, that was off the chain.
holidays in school, of course, are always festive. So yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't. We didn't have Christmas pageants or nothing like that, right?
No, we didn't have no pageants. We had talent shows.
Yeah, we had
That's
talent
how we
shows.
learned about Selena. I did not know about Selena until old girl got on stage and sung. Can I say the
Como la
title?
flor?
No, she sung Bitty Bitty Bum Bum, didn't she?
Maybe both, but okay.
And she had the purple outfit sequence on.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back on that, her mama let her wear.
We know that culture. I believe they have a little bit more.
Freedom.
Then,
Yeah.
now anything goes. But
yeah,
then it was, we were too kind of. We just didn't do certain stuff, so you know how that goes. Uh, back then, our
my
parents
mama
were
wasn't
like,
even thinking
"Yeah,
about it.
right.
My
Yeah, you
mama was
wanna
in
okay."
such survival and protection mode. It wasn't.
Yeah, our parents were. I don't know if you want to talk about that now or later.
Let's go into that later because we still ain't talked about The Hills Are Alive with the sound of music.
One of my faves. I have the whole soundtrack on my phone
Wow.
to this
Are
day.
you serious?
I told you about that one.
No, you did
Yeah.
not. However, that was, I will say, that was the first time I can remember me and my mom bonding because I
By
think
doing what? Singing?
the
Oh,
oh
watching the
wow, and I
movie.
just got another epiphany, and I hope I don't cry. Me and AJ bond like that. AJ is my son. Me and AJ bond through music,
Musicals?
not musicals,
Just music.
just music.
Okay.
But me and my mama, when I brought home what we were singing, she was like, I love this movie. And we watched it together and she sung Do Re Mi with me and
That jams.
oh my God.
Jams.
Oh my goodness.
These kids don't know
Now
about that
she
either.
can still watch the movie. I can't sit through that.
Oh
Maybe
my gosh. What is
I
wrong with you?
maybe I need
It's
to
because it's long. It's
now.
3 hours, but
Maybe I
still.
need to now at 40 to see if I get it. Cause back then I didn't get it. Like why them wasn't her them was her kids. Them wasn't his kids, was it? Or was it the other way around? Them was his kids and wasn't her
She was a
kids.
nun. They were not her kids. Remember, she was a nun. She had no children.
And he was a single dad of all them
Yes,
kids.
his
Where was
wife
the one?
died.
That's see,
Yeah,
yeah,
you need to.
yeah.
Yeah,
I need to
you
watch it
need to
again.
watch that.
And I'm gonna see if AJ will watch it because it does have music in it. So let's see if he'll watch it. But yeah. So
That was like the blueprint for. You couldn't tell me nothing after we did that song. Like
the
so,
whole see
it was
that
a
was a
play.
play.
It was a
Yeah, it was a
play.
play.
Yes,
It was a
we
play.
did the
It
play
was a
in
play.
third grade. I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember if it was before Christmas or before summer was out. I don't know.
That's a good
It
question.
don't
I don't
matter. But
remember.
we. This is why we were introduced and exposed to theatrical,
Yeah.
musicals and literature and things like that. I don't think we would have been exposed to had not have been for the melting pot that we have
That
in
is
our education system.
oh, that is so true.
Yeah,
The and the school.
absolutely.
And the school. That school was so it kept us innocent.
It was a reflection of the neighborhood.
It sure was.
Like
Around that
literally,
time,
yeah.
yes, it definitely was. Would you say that we grew up around that time? Because after fourth grade, that's when everything changed. Would
Well,
you
for you.
say would you say that we lived in a because technically we the only thing that really separated it, we didn't stay too far away from each other, but the only thing that separated us was like a major street, a major highway. Would you call it a highway or street?
A 249?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's a
okay,
it's a highway, I guess
would
now.
you consider us, especially what was on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider us middle class?
Yeah, I don't think we were below the poverty level.
When you say that, are you looking
Looking back on it,
are you looking at the income that was in your house or are you looking at the area that you were in? Because now that I'm thinking about it, that's why we need to do this. Now that I'm thinking about it, we lived with my aunt, and my aunt's house at that time, that was a middle class neighborhood.
keyword house and not
But
apartment, you
but
know.
still, that the still too. I moved from there to a house
Yeah,
that wasn't.
yeah.
But me and my mom were on public assistance.
Hmm.
So would you
Many middle class families were and are still today that are still considered middle class because of income. How you are below or above the poverty level literally is what I guess they're using now as the stats to determine your status. Lower, below poverty
so
level, middle class, and then upper.
it's the income, it's not the area that you
Hmm.
live in. Okay.
Because look at the income though. With your income, look at your area that you're living in. Most
But
people
we
who
were
are
living with
living,
somebody.
well, yeah.
I
So
was
it's
just
based
letting
upon, I guess, their person who's the homeowner, if it's a
you.
home,
Okay.
I would say. And then if it's an apartment, is it public housing? Is it
Oh yeah.
income, requirement, stipulations where
Mhm.
there's a cap? Or is it a regular apartment?
Mhm.
Then that would determine. But we were living in one community for a long time, but we lived in the
Different sexes.
duplexes, the apartments, the
Mm,
townhouses, and
yeah.
actually the houses of the same community.
Right.
So we
And
stayed
that was
over
very
there.
diverse. It was very
Absolutely.
diverse over there. Yeah.
Simple, same thing, reflection
Yeah.
of the community of the school that we were in.
Mhm.
And that wasn't that far from that school. I guess that's how we were zoned there anyway, right? So, did I ride
Yeah.
the bus? I'm trying to remember. I don't think so. I think
I
I was a
rode the
car
bus.
rider.
I rode the bus.
I think I was a car. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But when we
Hmm.
had choir rehearsal, your aunt and your mom would come pick me up because we didn't have no car. We didn't have a car.
Yeah, we had to stay after school.
Yeah.
Um.
And the only reason my mama let me stay after school is because she knew Cynthia and her people was good Christian folks.
And how
And
did we? I don't remember how that first. I couldn't even. I don't know that first meeting. Like how when I first met your mom or your mom met
I
my
know it
mom.
was a phone
I
call.
don't know.
I know it was a phone call, and eventually it was a meeting, but I know it was a phone call because I think I remember my mama asking me, or maybe we was on the phone,
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
and she was like, "Well, let me," because I wanted to do it, and I was so scared to ask my mama to let me do something or unorthodox like stay after school because we didn't have a car and how was I gonna get home and who's my mama gonna trust with me? That trust was a big thing. So I was scared to ask her and I had to sell it to her. And I think she was like, well, let me talk to your mom. Let me talk to Cynthia's mama. So,
So let's go back to that. Staying on the phone is one thing we did.
but we wasn't on it. We
While we
wasn't
were on the
on.
phone to begin with. Like, I guess this is what we did. I don't know if I did that in the second grade. If you have
We didn't do
your
that in
friends
the
call the
second.
house, why would we be on the phone? Was it
Watching
TGIF?
TV, watching TV,
TGIF.
and we might be talking
Because
about
the
something that
conversation
it.
had to start
I think
somewhere.
it was homework.
Oh, okay. Well,
Was
maybe.
it?
I don't
I
know.
don't
I have
know.
no idea. I have
I don't
no
know.
recollection of.
God,
Mm-mm.
oh, boy, that memory.
But the phone is something that
Yeah.
we don't.
If wasn't nobody else on the phone,
Yes, because they
and
will
if
kick
it
you off
clicked, well, let
if they
me.
had call waiting. Because sometimes they
Oh, well, yeah,
didn't
we
have
had
call
call
waiting.
waiting, not call ID, call waiting, and don't do no three way. Oh my god,
Oh my gosh.
we've done a many a three way.
Oh my gosh. Summertime. Stand on the phone while watching TV. Literally, that was our whole basis.
Yeah, staying on the
Watching the
phone
shows
watching
together
TV.
on the phone.
TGIF.
There was no FaceTime. There was no none of that. So you had
Mm-mm.
to.
Good old
And
dial
if you missed
tone.
the show, you just missed it because there was no recording in my house
Well,
until later. VHS recording.
VHS. We didn't record. Did I record? I don't think. No, because I had no reason not to be home around 7:12.
Exactly. Watching TGIF. But if you missed
um,
the show, you couldn't rewind. You couldn't pause
and
it.
they did
There,
not rerun it.
you just missed the episode, and you had to hear about it at school or whatever, wherever you were with everybody else,
Yeah,
and you just missed it. Like it's no type of go back
yeah.
and stream it. You just missed the episode. You got the TV guide. I remember we had that
That
faithfully.
thick TV guide. Wasn't it
TV
free?
guide. I think
I
so.
think they sent it to you in the mail if you were a
Uh,
subscriber. It was
we had to go to the
remember to
store and buy it.
subscribe. If you
We
were,
had to go
yeah,
to the store and buy
you
it.
could buy it
I
at
think
the
my auntie
store,
did order it.
or
Maybe
you
I remember
could,
it coming in the mail. Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
And if
But
it
they did
came in the
sell it.
mail, you was fancy. You was fancy
Because
than a
you
mug.
had to. I mean, it was probably like $1.50. It was
I
probably
don't
so cheap.
remember.
I don't know how much,
I don't
but I
think it
remember in the
cost
stores.
money.
We're gonna
I
have to pull
don't
that
know.
up. Somebody got a copy of
Yeah, we can Google
somewhere.
it.
Of the original. Well, it's not original because we were like '90s baby. So the TV guide probably was like $1.25. I don't know, but you had to flip through and see what time your shows came on,
Mm-hmm.
what came on, and Yeah, so I think that's how the connection was made. We were on the phone with each other, whatever we were doing, homework or just watching TV, I don't know. And then that's how our parents probably were like, "Who you on the phone with?
Yeah.
You know,
Always on the phone.
Who are they?
Let me talk to their mama.
Yeah.
What kind of people? What kind of people you talking to? Socializing. Yeah, my mama was so protective. God, and it's crazy because again at 40, I get it. I get it. But we'll talk about that probably 5, 6, 7, 10 episodes down. But anyway.
Probably not 10. But yeah. Because it'll pop up periodically anyway as we think of stuff. But I don't know. You want to go back to the choir? The choir was
the bomb.
The plays. We did theater.
I was a what was I, a soprano or alto? We were alto. I was a soprano at church.
Categorize us?
Yes, she did. Yes,
the choir.
I think it was only sopranos and altos because I don't think we had any boys in the choir. I didn't know about tenors.
Yes, we did because somebody played the husband.
Church. That was in the play though.
But they were all, the choir was extras. We were extras. We were like extra people who didn't make the cut to be in the play. So we were ones left over. And like, okay, anybody who doesn't have a choir, you're just in the choir. Because the Sound of Music don't have a choir. They have nuns. And that's it. They are the choir. So they didn't give us nun parts. So whoever in the class was not in the play was a choir member. And I remember, oh my God, I don't think I still have it. The T-shirt.
I do.
Was our costume, but I remember that hot glue, and she hot glued fabric on our clothes.
Oh, the plaid joint. Yes. I remember that. And the guys had
what did they wear?
Bow ties. Or did we all have like black bow ties and the plaid, like the plaid was like the suspenders, I think. God, why is this all coming back?
Not bow. I don't think we had bow ties. I don't remember us.
Maybe it was just the boys.
But I remember her hot gluing some fabric on our. You had to bring a white T-shirt. They were like, bring a white T-shirt, tell your parents you need a white T-shirt.
Yeah, I remember that.
And bring it either after school, I don't know, where we probably practiced. And she literally made our costumes for the play.
Yeah.
What do we have to wear? I don't know. I guess we wear jeans.
Blue jeans, probably. Yeah.
And practice was like the most fun part because I think you got to get out of class.
Yeah, you did.
If you had rehearsal,
you didn't have to get ready for the bus. They just take you.
You went to rehearsal. Yeah. You got to, do extracurricular things. So I think that kind of nudged me into wanting to volunteer for stuff at school. Because after that, I feel like next grade level, every grade level after that, I wanted to volunteer to be in something so I could stay after school and do extra stuff and just
you could
be exposed to different things. I guess.
Awesome.
Maybe that's why.
Wow.
I don't know if that's why, but it could be. I just thought about that. But it was just fun. Like I guess since I was the only child at home, this is my opportunity to be around other kids a lot because I didn't have kids in my household. It was all adults.
I didn't either.
And I'm like, oh, so this is fun. Why not? And I'm so glad that school gave us the opportunity to be involved. We weren't sports people. I wasn't a sport person.
I know.
So
do we touch on this now or later that it's kind of true, but it's kind of not. Oh, well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Around this time in our lives, we were the only child.
Yeah.
We were the only child. We both were only child. And I also think, oh God, I do not want to cry on this. I am the sensitive one. I cried a drop of a dime.
Talk about it. My gosh.
I also think that's why we got along. Because
yeah, we can relate.
I did, and when I was talking about old girl with the attitude, she did have attitude, but again, I'm more sensitive than you are. Old girl, little girl with the big head, and you know who I'm talking about. Her name started with a C.
Help us.
She was wishy-washy towards me. Like Cynthia was one of the smart. Cynthia in every class is the smartest person. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Don't let it. That's why I was copying after her with my timetable. Cynthia
I don't
is
remember the
one
side
of the
table.
smartest people, and she is going to do her work to the T, and don't let her tell you
Because I had no
otherwise.
choice. Like
She is very smart, and that's why I was copying off of her. And really, all the smart people clicked up. Not to say I wasn't smart,
right.
but
I'm like, where are we going with this?
I wasn't honor roll smart. She was honor roll. She was advanced class smart. So
Not in third grade,
yes,
but
you were, because that's how you got in Seaver's class in fourth grade.
we didn't have it in third grade. We were all in the same class.
But they studied what you did in our class and put you in the fourth grade, unless you had to take a test to get in that class. That's something I don't know.
I don't remember. You
Okay,
probably no. I think they based it upon
the
the
last year's grade. That's the only other thing
what
they
grade
could base
what test did we have at the end of the year back then?
Was we? It was
Tax test.
tax test. It's now what? The
I don't
star.
know. I guess it's star.
TAKS. Google it.
TAKS. Okay, yeah.
Yes,
So maybe I use
TAKS.
that to move you around in fourth grade. I don't know.
But you still was a straight A student. So I'm saying that to say
Mm-hmm.
the smart people kind of clicked up with each other, and it was you, it was girl with the big head, and it was girl that stole my solo in the choir. I think she was, and I think that's because her
She
mama and
wasn't.
them, her parents and them was on the PTO. Now let's just
PTA.
PTA. My mama couldn't make it to that because we ain't had
My
no
mama
car.
neither because she was working.
Your mama was working. So I'm saying that she, the girl with the big head, you know, my aunt has a friend with her same last name, and I think they can. But anyway,
Small
she
town.
was so wishy washy to me. And when I say wishy washy, Monday she'll like me, Tuesday she be nasty to me. And I didn't do
I didn't even remember this, but
big,
okay.
I remember everybody that has treated me salty because
Yeah.
I am such a nice person, genuinely. I I didn't get to the toxicity until we went back to my grandma's house. But in that house, even with the drama, the little bit of drama that was going on, I was still so innocent because I was an only child. My mama wouldn't let me do nothing out of her fear and being a helicopter parent. So every time I got a chance to be around kids, I was happy. Like, oh my God, you know, I like going to school. I like being outside. So I didn't know anything about being mean to anybody.
Right.
I didn't I didn't get that. Like, especially if I didn't do anything to you. Like, why are you what? So she was very wishy washy. She was about the only one in that class to me, but she was cool as hell with you. She
But
loved
it was
you.
third grade, so why? I mean, I don't want to analyze her because who can at this time and point in life? Why was she? Baby, she felt.
And then
I
my
don't
auntie
know.
said I've had a nasty attitude since I was a kid, but I don't think that was.
Why would she feel like she needed to be nasty to somebody?
I don't
Once again, I
know.
could.
I think maybe
It could
because
have
me and
been.
you were
Yes,
close.
that's all I'm saying. It could be, association. Like, oh, and
She
that's
not
every
showing me
class. Some
enough
people associate towards
attention.
each other.
Yeah.
We hung out outside of school, and I'm sure we came back to school and talked about it, or we were on the phone or whatever for whatever reason, TGIF or
I didn't think
through the
about it.
weekend. Maybe
Yeah,
we talked
because
about
we
it.
did watch some vulgar TV according to that was another thing. Okay, and
And maybe that was
again,
why she was just
another
jealous of, you know.
another thing that I'm realizing, dang, I am really like my mama. Lord Jesus. Uh in my house, all with the exception of actual having relations, I watched everything. It was a that's we was in school when the Simpsons started. Oh, and them, if young kids they gonna be like, damn, they old. The Simpsons started in like 92 or
In the
91.
90s, yeah. I
I
wasn't
wasn't an
watching it.
avid watcher. It wasn't like TGIF, but
Right.
my mama did not say I could not watch it. And I remember having a conversation with A that stole my solo. And she was like, we can't watch that in our house. Our dad won't let us watch that. And I was like, yo, daddy won't let you watch it. Like, why not? It's a cartoon. But it was, of course, an adult cartoon.
That you weren't supposed
I
to
could
watch.
watch it. My mama and my grandma been cussing around me since I was,
That
my
you weren't
whole
supposed to
family
be
cussed.
watching.
So I just, I didn't know that I was watching in living color. You couldn't watch in living color.
I couldn't watch it until later. Like when it first came out, I wasn't allowed. I don't know what year I started watching it, but they let me watch it. My village, who I was in the house with, which is my mom and my aunts who raised me. I don't know what year, but I did end up seeing it later. I guess because we were older and they were like, okay. Because I watched Martin and a lot of people couldn't watch that when they were little.
But Martin,
and
it
Martin
wasn't
cursed.
cuss.
Martin cursed a little bit.
I don't think it was to it.
It wasn't vulgar like, yeah, not other shows, but
in Living Color didn't cuss.
But it was the content. Because why would they ban on certain channels, you know, or whatever?
Only came on Fox.
I mean, like they had censorship. Like if you, they were censored. They had censorship. Yeah. So why would they be censored if it was a family show? You know what I mean?
It wasn't a family show,
right? Okay. So later on, I could watch it. I don't know what year I came into it. I think I started watching before Jamie. I think
Jamie Foxx didn't come on till we was in like middle school, high school.
Exactly. So I think in high school it was restricted then. No, that's when I was. That's when I was watching. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's when you was watching.
I was able to watch it. Yeah. Okay. I want to say around that time, but of course now I've probably seen more episodes because of streaming and YouTube and all that stuff. So then I could watch it later, but I couldn't watch it when it first came out. I don't even think I knew about it unless you told me about it or something like that.
Me and Rhonda bust out. Rhonda is my cousin. Rest in peace. That was the closest thing to a sister that I had. Mm-hmm. She died about 2-3 years ago now. Rhonda was in the back. Rhonda had the most loudest hysterical laugh ever. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Girl. And AJ picked it up later as a baby, but he really don't do it now. But anyway, we was in there watching TV and Rhonda bust out laughing. And I'm like, what are you laughing at? And she came in and turned the TV on and was like, I'll rock your world. And Rhonda lost it. And Rhonda's favorite episode of Martin is when Play came on with Shanae. She had that recorded. Like I knew that word for word, that whole episode.
Talk about recorded.
That's middle school, ain't it?
That should be middle school. Wait.
No. That's when y'all moved in the big house.
Which one? We moved so many times. Anyway. Which
one? No. The one on Chalk Rock.
Oh, that's high school.
That's what I'm saying. That's when you started. No, you started recording. I started recording when you got that TV.
When I got a TV that could record, that was still
when you got a TV that had the VHS on the joint.
I recorded everything I could.
Oh my god!
And I still have them to the day, and I will watch it. If the cable go out, because just y'all satellite is wishy washy. If that go out, the Wi-Fi go out, I'm gonna still have something to watch. And nobody, and they be talking about me.
Oh my god! It was pop that tape in.
I bet I have something to look at. Well, y'all can't look at nothing. But anyway, I just thought about recording, so they came up. Because these people don't know about recording these days.
They know about recording,
not on the VHS. Because when your TV, you can't watch the recording on DVR if your stuff go out.
You are absolutely
right.
So
I'm still have something to look at.
So that is very smart. Y'all see how smart she is? Because I never even thought about it like that.
No, they was making fun of me years ago.
Because baby, everything,
she ain't the only one. We got some other friends who make fun of me.
Everything is Wi-Fi.
Exactly. Your house is smart. Your car is smart.
When that Wi-Fi
and when it go out, you be lost.
Oh, what are you gonna do? That's Mars. Oh my god.
It's ridiculous.
It's not just the kids act like that.
Too much technology. Too much technology. That's our problem.
And then the kids are getting like, damn nerves.
Too much technology.
Oh my god, I'm about to die. Wi-Fi.
And we were in school and happy before technology came out. So how did we survive? And we can't survive today. Like it makes no sense. Outside. That's what we did outside a lot.
We did outside a lot. Well, my mama allowed me to because she didn't trust nobody. Mama, can I please? Oh, I did have a Nintendo.
I didn't have one. My
Super
cousins
Mario
did. So.
Brothers.
Yes, Nintendo.
I had my Nintendo. Duck Hunt.
That's why I want to go Super Mario World now. But she don't want to go, so whatever.
If I'm on a vacation, I do not.
That don't have to be.
You want to take AJ? Where's Super Mario World?
Florida. They have one in China too. I think. I forgot.
Hey.
It just opened.
Sponsor.
We'll talk about that travel business later. But anyway, yeah.
Hey, you need to do that YouTube. Okay. I think that was in
third grade. Third grade, I think that was it.
Did we talk about how we took a field trip to do a concert with the Sound of Music? Do you remember that? It was in a mall, and I don't remember what mall we went. We did go to Greenspoint. I think we went to Greenspoint and either Deerbrook or Willowbrook, and y'all know where we at now.
Right? I'm like you keep talking about landmarks. Obviously. I'm like, oh my God. Anyway,
we can blurt it out.
The secret's out, but
we can blurt it out.
It's too late.
We can blurt it out.
No, it's no.
Editing.
It won't sound right.
Yes, it will.
But I remember the mall. I think I do. But I thought that was fourth grade. But okay.
I remember doing. Oh, we were. When did we do Black History?
What did we do for Black?
Michael Jackson, Black White. You do not remember that in the dance? Every time that song come on.
Oh, okay. So that was third grade.
Oh, when James was Martin Luther King.
Why you call it
James? And James is a generic name.
I mean, yeah, but okay. But yes, that was practice upon. I thought we did Man in the Mirror.
I think we did.
We did Man in the Mirror. We did. It was. I remember that part. The rehearsals for Man in the Mirror.
That doggone intro.
I love the song.
Macaulay Culkin and screaming. Oh my God.
I remember.
Oh my God. Do you remember when they previewed You Are Not Alone on ABC during TGIF?
Of course.
Oh, that video.
That's how videos were. We cared about music videos then. Like, that was the epitome of waiting to see a making of a video. That was before making a video came out, I think.
Oh, yeah.
On MTV and all that. But still, videos were like...
when I did, I don't know about you, so summertime.
Oh, I was busy.
Did you bring the picture?
I can't find... That's in my mama's house somewhere. Who knows where that is?
I don't know what year that was.
That wasn't third grade.
That was not third grade. So
that wasn't.
My grandmother back at her house, she had cable, and I don't know if y'all remember when MTV and VH1 would do the all day Michael Jackson. They would play Moonwalker about 15 times. They would play all his videos. That was literally an all-day event. And when I tell you I would be happy when nobody would be in there and I would be watching that, do you know I'm trying to find Moonwalker right now? They do not play it anymore.
You might be on YouTube.
Oh my God. It's not. Platform. I tried to look it up because I think it's a copyright thing.
On his website. He doesn't have a website.
They probably selling it. I would sell that. That's because it's a one of a kind. Like that.
Yeah. I haven't seen it.
Good birthday gift. Good housewarming gift.
What? You've been there too long for that.
Oh my God.
But that's summers. So we to summers. Summers were for me full of church stuff. So vacation Bible school, theme parks. That's one thing we did because if you got perfect attendance.
Yeah.
You was gonna go to Casa Ole.
We didn't talk about the pizza coupon.
You were gonna get you. But perfect attendance was everybody could have got that.
I got perfect attendance.
Piccadilly. I think somebody about that the other day.
I don't.
Piccadilly.
I have never gotten a Piccadilly coupon.
Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong school. But no,
it was Pizza Hut. I do remember Casa Ole.
On the road, perfect attendance, and what else? That would give you coupons for.
I remember just Pizza Hut and Casa Ole.
And Astroworld. Well, maybe no.
That was the Coke cans.
We used the Coke cans. But we still went. That was the thing. We went to theme parks. We still went to Fiesta, Texas.
It would be like, hey, knock off the damn taxes.
SeaWorld was still part of the summers. Fiesta,
Yeah, she
Texas.
had fun. I was in the house
What else?
on my
Besides, we
Nintendo.
didn't do summer school, so we didn't have to.
You didn't do what?
We never did summer school. I don't remember us
Oh
doing
no,
summer
that
school.
back in those
We
days, you
didn't.
went to summer school if you wanted to. It wasn't to pass any class. It was like a fun
It
thing,
wasn't even on my mind because I
but it
wasn't
wasn't on my
trying to
mind because I'm not a morning person,
summer
and still to
school.
this day I'm not a morning person. So if I ain't gotta wake up in the
Extra school
morning,
was no point. Like
yeah.
nobody wanted to have extra school. But I thought you had to go those days when you were failing and you had to pass. But
I thought
maybe
it was just fun. Maybe I was misinformed, child, but I never had
we
to
weren't
go.
there anyway, so we weren't worried about it. We weren't
Yeah.
trying to go, so we were trying to enjoy our summers. And I feel like we had longer summers then.
I did vacation Bible school, so we did go to a church. It wasn't consistent again because my mom didn't have a car. But it started speeding up more once we got kicked out. So yeah, vacation Bible school for me was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanna, yeah, because my mama wouldn't have left me at that church by myself at such a young age without her or somebody.
That you knew.
Yeah,
And we went to different churches, so
yeah,
we
we
didn't
did.
have. We had vacation Bible school in my church, but it wasn't. Um, in those years we had it. When I got older is when we stopped having it. So then my summers will be full of me and my cousins' houses. My childhood was full of children still, just not in my house. I was still with church family, my God
Mm-hmm.
family and their children.
Mm-hmm.
I was still with I was busy. I feel like I was still busy in the summer.
Really?
I was always just going somewhere. I was always spending night at somebody's house. By
Mm-hmm.
that time, we were spending at each other's houses. By that time, right? Fourth
No,
grade.
not yet. Juanita ain't eased up that yet.
I feel like I spent the night at your house before you spent the night at my house.
You know, because Dorothy didn't want us in her house, not let
You weren't
alone somebody else.
there.
You didn't
No,
spend.
not third
You
grade.
have. I don't remember you ever spending the night
Yes,
anywhere until
not.
I was an adult.
No, before that, I remember.
No, Cynthia, because we didn't have nowhere for you to
At your
sleep.
grandmother's house, I did.
You didn't spend the night at Maylee.
When
When did you spend the night at Maylee?
it wasn't a lot.
I wanted you to spend the night at Maylee.
I remember
I didn't want to be at Maylee.
it was at least one time.
No.
I remember. It was. I don't know why it was, but I remember because I was in the room with you and your mom. Y'all shared a room, right?
Yeah, and a bed.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, where would you have slept?
I don't know why I was there. It was one night. I don't know what it was. I can't tell you why, but I do remember spending because I remember your grandmother doing breakfast the next day. Like I wouldn't have been there for breakfast if I didn't spend the
It must have
night.
been like on a trip or something then.
It was at her house. She wouldn't be on a trip with us. She didn't go nowhere with us.
Like if you went to Mississippi with us, but she never. When we went to Mississippi, we stayed in a hotel, so she never had an area to cook.
No, but yeah, it was at her house. But it was only like one time. But I was there. I don't know why. I don't remember.
Cynthia, I don't remember.
We didn't go to, I didn't do Mississippi till we was like in high school.
Oh, after we
we weren't like little kids, younger.
Look, don't.
For the family reunion, that was way, but that's fast forwarding.
Baby, that's trauma.
But I spent the night at least one time. But I feel like I had birthday sleepovers. That's what I did a lot. That wasn't summer, but it was still birthday sleepovers. That's when you spent the night in my house. Right?
I don't remember. I do think I remember something about maybe your birthday fell on a school day and y'all did like a pizza and a cake and a blow out a candle and
yeah, we would do that, but it wasn't a sleepover.
I think it was. It was just kind of during the day because it was during school
yeah, week. Yeah. So we did stuff like that, but we didn't really. I guess fourth grade. That's when we were not in the same class anymore. So by the time that came, we were still in the same school. Anyway.
Fourth grade, yeah.
But not the same class.
No, she was in the advanced class and I was in the peon class.
She was in the. You still in the same school. I don't know how I got to the advanced class. I don't remember.
She was smart.
No, I'm saying like I don't remember. We had to take a test and we had to. How we got there, but we were separated. But we were still together at recess and lunch and.
I don't remember that. You started being friends with Siebert's class, so
girl,
we need to blurt that out.
Too late.
That is an uncommon name.
But I had no choice but to be friends with the people I was in the room with. But we still were connected. So how did that happen?
I don't know. That is a great question. I think because you were genuinely my first friend.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. And somebody told me that I went to another school before this school. So this school that we met at, I went there first grade through fourth grade. You came third grade.
Because I was at a different school.
Okay. So second grade, I hated my second grade teacher. First grade, I love that teacher. I do not remember making friends with anybody in that class or the previous school. I don't remember. I literally don't remember.
So the Lord said, y'all ain't gonna make friends till the third grade because I didn't either. Like I was in school with people I knew years later, which is so crazy because yearbooks yearbooks was really yearbooks. Like we had to, I made sure. Like I was like, Mom, we got to get a yearbook. Like it was just something we did. But looking back, when you meet people later in life, you see we all kind of went to the same schools in elementary and we didn't even know each other then. But because it was once again it's community, so we all lived in the same area. The school was reflective of the community of those who lived there.
We can say the district we were in.
You didn't say everything else, so why not?
We were in Aldine District in 1990. Well, from 1989 to 1995 for me. And then I went to Old Raggedy HISD. And I will explain why it was raggedy later.
Well, compared to now, it's probably great. But I was in it my whole life. So
yeah, you was in Aldine.
I didn't. I moved around, but it wasn't out of district. So I was able to kind of stay with some of the same people from. I guess I really didn't meet them till middle school. So middle school to through high school. But once again, we still stay friends, even though
we were at that point we were literally, not literally, but on the friendship level, like
because
these niggas a good thing with they look and I'm gonna tell it later. But God, but my 40-year-old self, Grace.
It's too late anyway.
It ain't too late.
I mean, we can't do nothing about it.
Because I want to voice these problems. I have already voiced them to my mama. My daddy just said he don't want to hear nothing about anything that happened more than 20 years ago.
Oh my God.
So
because they don't remember.
Right. Oh.
Some people do. That's selective memory.
And we'll talk about that later.
Selective memory and parents. That should be a whole episode. Selective memory.
You right.
It's recorded. It's okay. You have to write it down. Selective memory and baby. But anyway,
be a therapy session.
How long have we been on this?
I can't see 3. We can keep going. This our first one.
I still don't know how we stay connected. Okay, we were in different classes in 4th grade, right? So we don't know how we stay connected.
I think it was
we established a friendship.
That we missed each other and we liked each other's company. Yeah.
We by then our parents had already met. Our moms had met.
Yeah.
There was a level of trust built there.
Yeah, because my mom don't trust nobody, even to this day.
Did you have to say that?
I did.
I'm gonna tell you said it. Okay. And there was a camaraderie there. There was a friendship there. 4th grade, even though we were separated after, 5th grade was different schools, different district for you.
And this is another thing that made me mad.
The path.
During that time, once you finished 4th grade in Aldine, you went to intermediate school. Once you finished 4th grade in HISD, you went to 5th grade, which was still in elementary school. I was mad because I was supposed to be in intermediate school. I had surpassed elementary. No, they do it different ways in HISD. So that, oh my God, that year was.
So you wanted to feel bigger, older.
Yeah, we were
because
big
we had a
kids.
different school.
Do you remember when we were in?
I love 5th and 6th grade. That was like
HISD. I mean, excuse me. When we were at Hidden Valley, and you were like, say, a fourth grader, you was like the senior in the school, and you would go back and see your first grade. Well, you would go back and see your past teachers.
Yeah.
Like, hey, y'all going through the stuff I went through 3 years ago or something like that.
And they made connections. They kept up with us, even though we were no longer in that grade because you stayed in the same
like
school.
A family. Yeah. Like you always came back. It may have been 1 or 2 new teachers, but those teachers stayed there. They stayed there.
Because the parents were supportive.
Yeah, that PTA
and involved.
Was strong. Yeah.
And like every open house, everybody would come. My aunts would be there.
And then we see each other like we ain't seen each other all day.
And all you want to do is go be with your friends, and then you forget what this open house is and where the snacks at. But
all the red juice and the cookies. Why did that just come to my brain? Oh my God. Juice.
I don't remember the red juice.
That was like the refreshments.
Oh, at open house?
Yeah. Yes.
It's always going to be some juice and cookies.
Red. And them sandwich cookies. Why did I just...
We got to have some next time.
No.
So we can have some and eat them.
Not that sugar.
But they have gluten-free. And yes, I need to be on that. But yeah, that was it. I mean, the connection was there. So we did go to middle school. Well, not middle school, intermediate for me. Upper elementary.
Make me say it again.
For you.
Upper elementary. Wow.
I got to stay with some of the same people, I think. Yeah, I did.
Went to
over there by Walmart. Yes.
Walmart.
Intermediate.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Is that school still there?
I think so.
Hey, they have made. I'll tell you about that later. Anyway,
but we stayed with the same people at that point. I think even in your 5th grade, you started staying with the same people all the way through, or kind of the same course, I would think, right? Yeah.
Oh, we got flooded out, but we'll talk about that later. But me and my mom did eventually venture off, but we got flooded out. And we came back to Maylee. Maylee is my grandmother.
Right. I'm like, tell people who she is.
When I'm talking about her, I call her Maylee. If I'm talking about something emotional, I call her Pumpkin because we called her Pumpkin. I called her. It was my pumpkin. But anyway, what was I about to say?
We were on 5th grade, 6th grade.
Are we speeding up through? We're gonna.
I don't know where you want to stop. It don't matter. Because that was the whole point of
I think we should stop here because these were our happy years. Okay. When it got to 5th grade, for me, is when emotions started changing about school.
Well, for us, it was sad because we were no longer the same school. Like I feel like that
we were.
It was sad because we were no longer together all day. Yeah. I mean, even though we weren't in the same class in 4th grade, we still were able to see each other throughout the day. So then 5th grade comes and we're totally going to different schools. You're going to another district. But if you stayed in the district, we would have went to the same school.
But I think we stayed connected. Now that I'm thinking about that,
but it just wasn't even all
school level though. Because come to find out, in the 5th grade, one of the janitors at that school is her auntie, and I didn't know that until we got older. Nobody. And I love Aunt Rose. Aunt Rose is sweet, but she retired from that school, didn't she?
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
And
it's been a while.
It was a connection. I really think, and I hope I don't cry, I wonder if we were kind of connected back centuries ago. I think about that. Like when you see people that's close, but they're not blood related, I wonder if there's some history or genealogy back. Like maybe if we're some type of cousins and it branched off some kind of way and something.
Because our city is very big but yet so small.
Oh yeah.
We find out we're related to people who
I can tell them now. We found out 3 years. When did Charlotte get married? I said
3 years.
another name.
Yeah, you just can't stop.
Charlotte is a general name.
Three, okay, but three
When her
years.
cousin, she had a. Would you say
Nah,
she?
it was before
Well,
that. I
let's
thought.
let's stop there. Let's stop there.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that Charlotte is what Rhonda was to me to you?
Mm, back then, yes. The times change.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it changed. Well, it changed on our end too. Things happened, but it was
Relationships changed. So
they
even
changed.
family relationships. When we were younger, like even
You,
I was closer to a whole lot of more people then, and that's why I said my summers were filled of me barely being home because I was always at somebody else's house.
yeah.
And that was just normal. Like, oh, we're going to so and so house for 2-3 days. Okay, Cynthia gonna pack her bag. She be gonna,
Mm-hmm.
oh, can I spend that over here with my cousins? I'm going. That was normal. But as time went on, those relationships were not as close. But our friendship still stayed, and I believe it turned into a sisterhood when we split schools.
Yeah, because we say we related.
Right. So it
We
would have if it
related.
was just a friendship
Oh man.
and we split schools and like other people we
And
knew,
it just got
I don't talk to
strong.
them no more
It
because
just
they were
got
not.
stronger
Yeah.
as we experienced stuff and we would touch back up or touch bases with each other. I don't think we. It was like we never left.
Yeah.
It was
Because we
like
still always saw each other either outside of school. It would be,
we was always on the phone talking about a show,
right. The phone
um,
once again.
or award show
They were good to
on the
watch.
phone through the whole thing. If don't nobody get a call, and
Right. Make us get off the
if
phone.
somebody don't call, may leave. Somebody, my mama didn't have no boyfriend then, so
Oh my God. What?
oh well, no, I
Why
take
are
that
we
back.
talking about that?
My mama had what she had,
Oh my
but they wasn't on
gosh.
the phone.
This is not even supposed to be a part of this.
Baby,
Has nothing to do
we better get
with us.
500 views off this video because I'm giving you names
This
and
has
tea,
nothing to do with none of
family
that.
tea.
Oh my God. That's another
Um,
podcast.
oh girl, we get sued after wives. Could you imagine my aunties and my mama? Okay, we gotta edit that part out.
Say
Anyway,
goodnight.
yeah,
We can talk about the shift. So I guess this will be a good transition into the next episode talking about the shift because I feel like third grade and fourth grade was like roses and
sunshine.
tulips and sunshine,
To
and then fifth grade the shift happens.
fifth grade, the shift happens. So we'll be taking y'all. How often do you want to drop? Or okay, we'll be taking y'all on journeys through our friendship and to sisterhood. And it's good to have a sister. It's good. We were only children at the time, and our innocent minds and me for real. But yeah, we were
Yeah.
only children. Um,
In the home.
in
And
the
that's growing
home
up. So like literally in the home growing up,
with grown folks.
even though we had other family cousins and
Yeah,
stuff in our lives
we
who were our
did.
same ages or around our ages, we didn't, the amazing part how God had it orchestrated, how he blessed us to still have a connection far beyond when people who we went to school with don't even know where they are. Like we have no idea where many of them are. Some of them we do know where they
Some of
are.
them, and that's also a shift too. We
Mm-hmm.
have to talk about that because our high school lives were different.
But
My
intertwined in some ways.
oh yeah, but
That's a
yeah,
whole nother
duh,
story.
but
But next time.
intertwined. But I think and wow, that even goes into it too. When we went into fifth grade, what was I 10 going on 11?
We were 9 in third grade, I thought. We were at 8 or 9.
Well, 11 going into 12. You're right because
Yeah.
that was 95, 96.
Excuse me.
So that makes sense. Maybe that's when my puberty started.
Okay.
It
I
was
don't know.
because I started my. It was. Oh my God, I had forgot all about that. That summer, that summer before the fifth grade, I started my cycle.
You before me. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh yeah. So that was, oh my God, that whole year was literally an emotional roller coaster. But we'll tell y'all about it on the next one. So if y'all like what we talk about, like our conversation, like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell us if you guys have any childhood friends that went into brothers or friends that went
Still in your
into
life.
sisters.
Yeah.
If you know us, if you remember us from school or whatever,
She
uh,
already probably said your name.
elementary
She
school,
already said your name, so
not none of you. Let me get to middle and high, but elementary. Family, friends. And we'll see y'all in the. Oh, you have anything you want to promote?
today. Well, you already have yours, so you can do yours.
I
I don't have mine
have
yet.
I
So
have Jye Gets It, which is my single parent YouTube channel where I talk about all things that I feel like single parents need, and I try to promote parents and single parents and caregivers to get on YouTube and tell your story or promote your company or your business, because this is the cheat code, and I don't think a lot of people realize that YouTube is the cheat code. You have to put work into it, but I give motivation to those who are in my shoes and to watch my journey, and we watch each other's journey and help and support. So check out Jye Gets It, and I'll tag it in the description.